Welcome then to Hungary, the city of Székesfehérvár hosting round 3 of the 2019 UIPM Pentathlon World Cup. 173 athletes here this week, focusing not just on the World Cup, but the chance it offers for a place in Tokyo at the 2020 Olympic Games. Pentathlon, a multi-skilled challenge which sees athletes put to the test over 5 disciplines in one day. A 200-metre swim kicks things off, followed by the round-robin épée fencing, with extra points from the bonus round. Next, the riding and its challenge of an unfamiliar horse. And finally, the combined event, the laser run, where so often the entire event can be won or lost. So, round 3 in Hungary, and we'll focus first on the women's finals, where all the big names are in evidence. Among them, Tamara Alexeyev of Hungary, happy to be here, of course, but bags of experience to get the job done. 2017 World Cup final winner, a couple of strong podiums last year, and very confident in the riding, so looking to keep the gold medal on home soil. Ilka Züksel from Turkey could be there too. We haven't seen the best of her yet in 2019, but some promise in the seniors last year when, of course, she also took the win at the European Junior Championships in Spain. Worth keeping an eye on for a strong finish in the laser run. Annika Schloy of Germany, another contender still looking for the big career result. She just missed out on a medal in Rio in 2016. Last year's best result very definitely in Mexico, where she was second in both the women's and the mixed relay, so don't count her out.
Last season was a slower start than this season. I was not really happy with my World Cup season, but I got second in the World Championship. It was my best result ever, so that pushed me a lot for this winter training. My season started pretty good with the 7th place in Cairo. I think it was one of my best starts because normally I'm a really slow starter. I always need like one more competition. I know I'm in good shape, I had good training, I had no injuries this winter. And then we will see, because in pentathlon anything can happen. You never know before. But I'm looking forward. My strengths are, I think everyone knows, in the laser run. And I think my weakness is still the fencing. Like, it gets much more better. But it's not always consistent. I'm not going to a competition and I know I will fence like really good anyway. So I'm always a little bit shaking before this. Compared to the last 2 times I could reach the Olympic Games, I feel more confident this time. And I think if everything works good, if I get no injuries and if everything works the way me and my coaches hope it will, I think I have a good chance.
And so, time for the women's final here in Hungary to get underway. Waiting at the pool, our commentator James Zanidakis.
So the action, as always, starting in the 200-metre length swimming pool. You can see the athletes warming up ahead of the 5th and final heat. However, Sarah Pignate then just making her way out towards the pool, and we join the action in the final 50 metres of the 5th and fastest heat. Then the final turn. It is a straight drag race to the end of the pool. In the centre of your shot, that there is Elodie Clouvel of France, always quick in the swimming pool and ahead then of the competition as we head then in towards the final 30 metres of this 5th and fastest heat. Elodie Clouvel of France, the Rio 2016 silver medalist, out ahead of the rest at the moment. However, Sarah Pignate is close, but she's not going to catch the French woman as she makes her way towards the finish line. It will be a fastest time, a perfect start then for Elodie Clouvel of France. However, Sarah Pignate coming home in 2nd place, with Elena Micheli of Italy in 3rd. This then confirmation of the results after the first event, and you can see Elodie Clouvel out in front with 290 points. So we head inside now then for the fencing ranking round. 35 bouts against all of the athletes. Each victory, each touch is worth 7 points. Tamara Alexeyev from Hungary in front of her home crowd in absolutely phenomenal form. 29 victories with just 6 defeats, ahead of Laura Asadowskaite and Volha Silkina with 24 victories and 11 defeats, those leading into the fencing bonus round. So this then the latter stages of the fencing bonus round. On the right-hand side from Russia, it is Anna Buryak taking on Volha Silkina from Belarus. Buryak already with 1 victory to her name and making it a 2nd victory. Nice and easy and straightforward then for the Russian. And she progresses then to the next round of the fencing bonus round, Up next, Laura Asadauskaitė of Lithuania. And you can see going toe-to-toe in the middle of the piece, Laura Asadauskaitė having a tumble there, but she's okay. Helped up back onto her feet then by the Russian. And you can see just there, it was nothing sinister, just a slight trip, a slight misgiving of her feet. And yeah, all friends on the piste. But sadly then Asadauskaitė does have to give way to Tamara Alexiev, who is of course top of the pile after the ranking round. Buriak versus Tamara Alexiev. Alexiev been in fine form in the fencing. This time the final bout. Alexiev on the left hand side of your screen in front of her home crowd, just testing the water, trying to force her opponent into a mistake, but Alexiev is in fine form, and there goes the touch to guarantee Alexiev a extra 2 points heading into the next discipline. Fantastic fencing all round then from Tamara Alexiev, who leads the way after the first 2 rounds ahead of Volha Sulkina from Belarus. So then back outside to the riding arena, where the athletes are given 20 minutes to familiarise themselves with the local horses. You can see creating a bond as best they can in that short time period, and we begin our coverage with Yeti from Italy. A very good score indeed, in fact a perfect score of 300 for the Italian. Right time to really starting to find some form here in modern pentathlon's hectic daily schedule. Ilka Züksel of Turkey also with a very good run, 293, meaning she'll be in contention. Less fortune though for Elodie Clouvel of France, a few knockdowns and a couple of refusals in her run, meaning a score of 251. She will have to come from further back if she's to be in contention for a medal. Anna Buriak of Russia with a decent score to keep herself within touching distance of the top 3, a score of 293, just one obstacle penalty picked up, but Laura Asadauskaitė coming up against a few problems, a score of 225, meaning like Clouvel she'll have to come from a bit further back. Volha Sulkina, a perfect score of 300, absolutely gliding through the riding arena, and the perfect time to get a perfect score. That put the pressure though on Tamara Alexiev, but she delivered in front of her home crowd once again, a score of 300 to make sure she maintains that lead as we look forward to the ever exciting laser run event. So these then the scores after the first 3 disciplines, and you can see Tamara Alexiev out in front ahead of Volha Sulkina with Anna Buriak in 3rd. And then of course points transfer into seconds. Tamara Alexiev, what a day she's had, 33 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack. So on then to the ever exciting laser run, 3,200 meters of the course. Determination, skill, agility, and most importantly, focus, key to getting ahead in the laser run. Starting out in front then, it is Tamara Alexiev. Off she goes, a 33-second head start over Volha Sulkina. She really has put herself in a good position, lining up then at the laser shooting range. Will she get off her shoot to a good start? It can all come unstuck very quickly if you don't get the laser shooting right, but this is looking good then from the Hungarian. Very calm and collective. And there we go then, 5 shots, away she goes, and we start to see now the rest of the athletes who will be chasing her down. Volha Sulkina from Belarus next to make her way to the laser run shooting range, closely followed by Anna Buriak, who started a little bit further back but has already herself arrived at the shooting range. Tognetti of Italy making her way there too, and Ilka Züksel, who could make her way up the running order if she keeps herself calm and composed, as we've been saying, the important part of the laser run. Tognetti getting away, then closely followed there by Anna Malashewska of Poland. This though is our race leader back at the shooting range, Tamara Alexiev of Hungary, and isn't she in superb form? No mucking about, straight away she is out. And there you can see Annika Schloy of Germany just making her way through the field. This is an interesting battle though for second place. Any one of these athletes, if they can keep themselves together, could be in with a chance. Volha Sulkina getting away fastest. but making her way through the field, and in fact now up into second place, is Ilka Züksel, who is absolutely flying round the circuit. She is now ahead of Volha Silkina. Züksel starting to chase down our leader, Tamara Alexiev, who is once again at the shooting range, once again away, but a little bit more frantic, knowing that Züksel is chasing her down and starting to make her way through the pack. Jessica Varley of Great Britain is making her way through the field. Now you can see Silkina and Züksel next to each other, but Züksel looks focused, doesn't she? Struggling a little bit on this fourth, but gets away, and Ilka Züksel consolidating second place in a good battle for third, while Silkina currently leading that battle, but you can see Annika Sloyd just in the back of your shot, possibly going to be making her way back into a medal position. Elodie Clouvel, who's had to make her way from a bit further back, you can see at the back of the shot there. But this is our race leader, Tamara Alexiev, and you can see the crowd just urging her on. This, the final shoot, then on the final lap. Get this right, and it's a straight run to victory. But Ilka Züksel is starting to put the pressure on. Alexiev has been in total control of the race so far, but is starting to feel the pressure, but she gets away. But Züksel is flying through this final laser shoot, and she's away too. Really getting interesting then on this final lap, and you can see Alexiev has just had to step things up a little bit. This then the battle for third place. Still anyone's guess as to who is going to occupy those top three medal positions. Here you can see though Tamara Alexiev being chased down by Ilka Züksel. Is Ilka Züksel going to be able to close down that gap? Are Hungarian hearts going to be broken here? Don't think they are, because Alexiev has a big enough gap over Züksel, making her way down the final start finish straight. Tamara Alexiev of Hungary is going to win gold in front of her home crowd. What a fantastic performance by the Hungarian.
I'm very happy because I can't believe today I'm the winner. Today very hard, but I'm very happy.
So exciting stuff in the women's final. Confirmation of the win for Hungary's Tamara Alexiev, and a couple of notable finishes further down the board. Both of the Brits making big improvements on their laser run start positions. Here in Hungary, 95 of the world's best male athletes ready for the finals. Among the big names, Young Won-tae of Korea, world number one, enjoyed a strong season in 2018 with a win at the Asian Games and 3 World Cup podium places. Rarely outside the top 10, he's pretty good when it comes to making a bold opening statement in the pool. Valentin Prade of France was last year's men's European champion here in Hungary, second in the World Championships in Mexico, and he's the former world number one, looking to regain that top spot, obviously, and always a good bet in the laser run for a last-minute charge to the line. Joseph Chung of Great Britain showed some promise last season with a host of top 10 finishes, and just 23 years of age, so plenty more to come. Great start to 2019 with a second place at World Cup number 2 in Bulgaria just last month. Look to the Brit for early success in the pool. Arthur Lanigan O'Keefe from Ireland, ranked third in the world, is here in Hungary with the hope of regaining a deal of the momentum he's lost through injury.
I'm not in my best run shape, so I knew coming into this I wasn't going to be that strong. I've had a few injuries over the last few months and I'm just coming back, so I'm actually delighted to be in the final and looking just to go into the final and just get as many points as I can. Of the top 16 men in the world, 15 of them are here. So it's amazing, like the turnout. I've never seen a World Cup like this before, so again, just another reason to be happy to be in the final. 2018 was really good. I had very few disruptions in my training and things have started to click. I had a really good year in the fencing and I seem to be carrying it through this year as well. And all my other events historically are very strong, so it just meant that at the end of the day I was finishing in the top, which was really good, so hoping for some more of that this year. My goal for this year is Europeans, obviously top 8 there, qualified through to the Olympics, so that's where my focus is at and that's where I'm going to be fit. And everything I'm doing here is a practice for Europeans.
So time for action. We'll move straight over to coverage of the men's finals. Your commentator, James Zanadakis.
Straight into the action then of the final 50 metres of the men's swim. James Cooke and Joseph Chung in the red swimming hat and the white swimming hat in the centre of your shot. So competitive, these two British boys. It is going to be close between them as we enter the final 10 metres of the fifth and final swimming heat. Who is it going to be that's going to get ahead? It's going to be close, and it is Jamie Cooke who just about gets ahead of his teammate. You can see them looking around to the timing screens. Jamie Cooke, the fastest male swimmer.
It's the first time I've been under 2 minutes long course this year. We've got a really good competitive rivalry between us in the squad, like myself, Chungi, and unfortunately Miles. And it's quite good because after he picked me in the World Championships in Mexico, I ducked under his time here, so yeah, really pleased.
So solid swim that there by Jamie Cooke, meaning he is top of the pile ahead then of Joseph Chung, also of Great Britain, Gustav Gostenau in third. Inside then for the fencing ranking round, and some impressive displays. Not much separating the top six. Valentin Prades with 24 victories and 11 defeats ahead of a group of 5 athletes, all with 23 victories and 12 defeats. So Ben Stemeter not having a great ranking round by his standards, but absolutely flying in the bonus fencing round. 7 victories, meaning he picks up an extra 7 points to his overall score. Christian Zillikens of Germany in good form up against Eslam Hamed of Egypt. Zillikens already with a victory to his name on the left-hand side of your screen. Tries to get a second victory, but Hamed is ready for him, meaning he will go into a final bout against Valentin Prades of France. Here you can see a replay there. Zillikens lurching forward, but Hamed ready for him and getting the touch. Turning defence into attack. So this then, the final fencing bonus round bout. Valentin Prades of France has been in fantastic fencing form today. If he wins this battle, he'll pick up an extra 2 points. So you can see Prades and Hamed going toe to toe here, both just trying to get their opponent to make a mistake. Hamed getting down low there, but Prades ready for it, leaping back in defence. This is a close battle between these two, top of the leaderboard at the moment. Who is going to be the victor overall? It is Valentin Prades getting that touch then, and indeed picking up those extra 2 points. Here you can see a replay, and it certainly was a touch to the top right hand shoulder. And confirmation that Valentin Prades of France ahead of the rest after the first 2 rounds, with Eslam Hamed in second ahead of Yankov. So the scoreboard getting pretty close as we head into the riding. Not much separating our top 10 athletes. This is building up to be a very close and intense UIPM Pentathlon men's individual final. We start our coverage though with Christian Zillikens from Germany, who is there or thereabouts heading towards the laser run, and this is a very good ride in what could be considered quite tricky conditions with a little bit of rain. A perfect score of 300 for Christian Zillikens. Also very good on the riding arena is James Cooke of Great Britain. Not the fastest of times, but that's one of the secrets to success here in Hungary, just making sure you don't take down too many obstacles. 6 time penalties, meaning it's a score of 294. Over then to Ahmed El Gendi of Egypt, already with 1 gold medal to his name in the first World Cup of the year, really making a name for himself, and a score of 300, putting him in contention. Yankov of the Czech Republic has been in good form consistently himself throughout the day, and you can see no obstacle penalties, just 2 time penalties, a score of 298. Another Egyptian inside the top 5. Eslam Hamed though with a score of 279. Last but certainly not least, Valentin Prades. Will he succumb to the pressure? I don't think he will. A score of 293. Very good indeed, meaning he'll go into the laser run in first place. You can see the scores on your screen here. Valentin Prades 835, but look how close that is. Very little separating those top 10. We are in for an extremely exciting laser run. Just 2 seconds separating first and second. 18 seconds separating the top 10. So strap yourselves in. This is going to be intense. Just 18 seconds separating first and 10th place. Just 10 seconds separating first and 5th Getting us underway is Valentin Prade of France, closely followed then by Jan Cooke of the Czech Republic. Ahmed Algendi and Christian Zillekens follow, with James Cooke of Great Britain rounding off that top 5. And who will hold their nerve then in this first laser shoot? A lot of pressure, knowing that anyone could jump ahead of you if they get a better shoot than you. Valentin Prade gets away though. Jan Cooke is struggling a little bit at the moment. Ahmed Algendi to his right is away in second place. A lot of water out on the track. The rain is coming down hard. How will that affect the athletes heading into the latter part of this race? So you can see Valentin Prade of France with a bit of a gap there over Algendi. Christian Zillekens of Germany in third place. Off then to the second laser shoot, and you can see Prade of France focused and ready. 2 out of the 5 already. Algendi to his right, Zillekens to the right of Algendi. This is a 3-way battle for first, second and third. James Cooke arrives at the range, but Ahmed Algendi has got away in first place. Zillekens now up into second, and Prade has dropped down into third place. That there is Jan Cooke, who has dropped out of the top 3. It is all go in this final, and look how close it is then between those 3. This the battle for gold, silver and bronze. You can see Joe Chung of Great Britain making his way up into the top 10. Eslam Hamed of Egypt just ahead of him, but this is the battle we've got our eyes on, the battle for gold, silver and bronze. Nothing separating those 3 athletes. Jamie Cooke of Great Britain chasing them down as well. 2 laps remaining. Who will hold their nerve? On then to the penultimate laser shoot, and you can see all 3 of these athletes are looking focused and are getting away again. Fastest is Ahmed Algendi. He's been shooting incredibly well in this final. Valentin Prade just taking a little bit longer, but getting along away alongside Zillekens of Germany, but Algendi in the driving seat at the moment. Jan Cooke has some work to do if he's to make his way back into the picture. The 2 British boys neck and neck out on track. They've been neck and neck throughout the course of the day. Valentin Prade and Zillekens neck and neck in that battle for second at the moment. There are battles going on all up and down the field in this intense final lap of the men's individual final. So Zillekens and Prade have caught up with Algendi. They are all neck and neck on this final shoot, but Zillekens seems to be pulling a little bit further ahead. Who is going to get away first? Zillekens and Algendi. So Prade is the one to miss out at the moment. He's going to have to do it on the track, but he is a strong runner. It could well come down to that. So Zillekens is just about to go around the outside of Algendi. In fact, Zillekens does take the race lead then on this final lap. Christian Zillekens, who started the race in 4th place, is now in 1st, and look, picking up the pace. But Valentin Prade is coming back. Is he going to catch Ahmed Algendi? He is. Has he got enough in the legs to catch Zillekens as we approach the final stages then of this final lap? It is a straight sprint between Zillekens and Valentin Prade of France, but it looks like Zillekens has got an extra little bit of energy. Algendi having settled for 3rd, Zillekens with gold, Valentin Prade coming home to take silver.
I started on the 4th position and I was happy to get the place at the end, but shooting was very good, so I make place for place and to the top, and then last 100 meter finish was everything okay, you can get it, and it was unbelievable. Yeah, such a good day.
Confirmation then of the men's finals results. Christian Zillekens of Germany takes the win, making up 3 places in the laser run. Valentin Prade of France second, and Ahmed Algendi third. The biggest improver, Patrick Dogg of Germany, moving from 20th to 10th. The mixed relay, the chance for men and women to compete as a mixed pair representing their countries. The action starting as always in the pool, with China setting the early pace. A team consisting of Yifei Bayan and Yao Han with the fastest time of all. Over then to the fencing hall, China and Ukraine were the best scorers. 29 victories respectively. Elodie Clouval and Valentin Belot of France closed the gap with an impressive run in the bonus round, but China were first overall after the opening 2 events. Tricky conditions with rain and cold weather affecting the riding, but China held their nerve. A consistent score of 284 meant they started the laser run with a healthy 25-second head start. And it was a lead that never came under threat. Great shooting in tricky conditions, solid running, and China took home the gold. Blanka Gutsi and Bens Carlos of Hungary delighting the home crowd once again, taking silver. Gintari Venkaskaite and Justinas Kunderas of Lithuania taking home the bronze. So the winners celebrating here in Hungary as round 3 draws to a close. Thanks for joining us, and of course, extended coverage can be found at uipmtv.org.